Imagine it's your first time in a club in the UK. You're packed with all these people on the dance floor. Everyone's drunk, people are spilling drinks on you. The air is hazy because everyone's vaping and there's a fog machine. The lights are overstimulating and the music is too loud. You are going through sensory overload. So you drink a bit more, and more, and more, until you've spent almost 100 quid on drinks in one night. That's what I did last night. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you the story, and the kind of learning lessons I have taken from this experience of going to a club in the UK. This is the first time I've gone to this specific club. It's kind of famous, I think. It's called Prism in the UK, in Kingston, sorry. And you know, I've always like heard rumors of people saying like, oh, it's really good, like there's different like floors and levels and different like music areas. And the club was actually very nice. Like physically, I was like very impressed by the architect. I thought it was going to be super dodgy, but it was actually quite nice. I think the people were dodgy and the bathrooms were dodgy. One of the main takeaways that I had, even though I was pissed drunk, was in the bathrooms, every single stall had a sign on it that said, this club operates a 1 person per cubicle policy. And it just made me laugh so hard because they had to clarify, hey guys, don't have sex in the bathrooms. You can't do that. Now, I haven't seen this much degeneracy in maybe a year now. It's been a very long time since I've seen something to this extent, and I think I have kind of socially isolated myself in general, but also from specifically degenerates. I don't have degenerates in my life, and this night, this morning I guess, was such an eye-opener for me for how bad it can really get. Just how mentally insane some people are, just how dodgy these things are. Like, if you're on the internet, on this side of the internet, and you hear stories of people saying like, oh yeah, like I went to the club and you know this and that happened, but like we have to experience these things for ourselves in order to really understand. Of course, I've been clubbing before. I've gone to like Thailand, like in Thailand clubs a lot. It's kind of what I grew up doing, like on my weekends, I suppose. I didn't actually like, I just went there sober each time just to hang out with people, and I didn't even like really drink many times. It was more like occasionally we'd get drunk, but most of the time it was like didn't even have a beer or anything, just kind of there watching things play out. And it was a shitty club. I mean, it's nothing in compared to what I experienced last night. It was wet, it was cold, it was raining. I cycled there. I met up with this girl that I met from Tinder who invited me to go clubbing when we were on a coffee date earlier in the daytime. So at about like 2 o'clock in the afternoon before I went to work, we just like hung out. We had a coffee date. It was quite nice. She was a nice girl, and she invited me to go clubbing, and I accepted because I wanted to meet more people through her. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. I didn't really meet that many people. Maybe one guy, but he was really drunk, and you know, drunk people are not as cool as you think they are. And I think she's really into me, but I'm not that into her, unfortunately. And I think this comes down to what happened after the club, like when we went home. So she took me home, and there was some other people there, her flatmates, and they were, you know, in the kitchen and talking, like the guys were talking about like how they cook steaks, which was like, I was just so bored. I was like sitting there with this expression on my face, staring at the wall, trying to feel my breath, trying to stay present, and I just couldn't. It was so difficult to stay present, especially when you're drunk and your head is spinning and you can't feel your bodily functions properly. It was crazy. It was really weird. And you know, I downed a lot of vodka that night, or last night, this morning, whatever. And I suppose it was fun, but when I came home, I just had this like empty feeling. I still kind of feel it, and I think I recorded a video talking about this earlier, but I decided to redo it, make it shorter. It was like half an hour long. But yeah, this girl, towards like 5:30 in the morning, she keeps trying to motion me to like go to her bed and like sleep with her. And like, oh, I don't think she wanted to actually like do anything. I think she just wanted to sleep and get on with the day because she's got like lectures in the morning. But I personally just stopped. I didn't even hold eye contact with her like properly. Like, I think the whole night we didn't actually talk to each other that much. Like, we just like looked at each other a lot and like made eye contact, but I was the first to look away because I just wasn't bothered to hold her eye contact. I just wasn't like attracted to her. I feel bad saying that. Maybe I've led her on a bit. But yeah, eventually we get into bed and I'm sitting on this single bed and she's like, sorry, there's no room, like we're gonna have to like, you know, share the single bed. And I say, that's fine, but we're not gonna have sex tonight. She was like, okay. I mean, I'm glad I said it, otherwise something could have happened and I don't really want anything to happen, bro, like, she's not my type. And yeah, I woke up like 2 hours later, still drunk. I bring home the wrong hat. I went out in a black and white hat and I come home with a camo hat. It's like raining again, so I'm like having to like cycle through the rain and I just can't help but feel so empty inside. I'm like, I don't know. And I still feel a little bit empty and I feel a bit depressed as well, and I think that's just because I'm like physically like over it. I'm a bit hungover. I feel a bit shit, you know. You know when you drink a lot and you haven't gotten enough sleep, you feel like shit. I don't feel too bad because I'm very hydrated and I've eaten already. And I've already like taken care of myself. But I just don't have the energy to do anything worthwhile. I finished reading this book and I think I might watch the movie at some point, which very much excites me because I haven't watched a movie in a while. But yeah, it was just really strange. You know, there was a guy there that was pretty drunk as well. It's his hat, by the way. And I was literally talking to him about like the war on masculinity and how tap water is bad for us. And I don't think he gave a shit. I'm not gonna lie, I think he just wanted to smash. I was not having it. I'm like, no, bro. But yeah, it was strange. And seeing all this degeneracy unfold around me was really strange. Like, there were so many things that I haven't thought about like people do. For example, when we got back to the house, one of the flatmates who didn't go clubbing, he was just watching TV, like eating chips alone on the sofa at like 3 or 4 in the morning, and that's normal for people to do. Not only that, but the girls' room was so messy. I felt embarrassed to be in there. Like, I was so drunk, right? And I was conscious of, you know, I didn't want to make her feel bad for having a messy room. But at the same time, like, I was so disgusted. I'm not sure if it showed on my face or not, and it probably did. I was very uncomfortable, and I just didn't even look at the floor because there was no floor. It was just clothes. Like, it was just stuff everywhere. I was literally like looking at the ceiling, like, she was like, yeah, I'm so sorry, it's messy in here, it's absolutely disgusting. And I was like, it's fine. So I probably made her feel bad, even though I didn't mean to. But I don't understand that, like, and that girl, but also another girl that I've gone to her house, like, their rooms are just so messy. What is it with these girls and having messy ass rooms? Literally all the guys had cleaner rooms than her. It's crazy. It's absolutely mental. So that's why I really, you know, vowed to keep my room tidy. It's not that, you know, I just do all the cleaning at once I have a bunch of motivation. It's like, I stay tidy. I am a tidy person. That's how I view myself. And it's very important to me now. And I'm very grateful that I'm, you know, tidy the way that I am, because when the room's messy and you can't find your keys, that's when life is stressful. Literally, like, my room used to be so messy all the time, like I'd literally struggle to find my keys. Like, I'd have to, like, you know, fucking like make the room even messier just to find my keys and leave. And then if I was in a rush, it was even worse, because it was like, oh, I can't find my keys. But yeah, I really enjoyed the club, even though I was very drunk, to the point where I probably couldn't stand by myself. And I took a few videos of myself that I don't even remember taking. Put them on the screen here. And it's kind of embarrassing, like, looking at it now. I'm like, excuse me, I'm like, man, what the hell? That is embarrassing. But I think it's good for me, because it shows me what my life would be like if I never changed. What, you know, would I be happy that way? Probably not. I'd probably, you know, be more of a degenerate, you know? I'd probably spend all my money on alcohol and, you know, have sex with people that I don't really like. Or maybe I'd have, like, a girlfriend who isn't that good for me. And that's not the kind of place that you want to be socializing at, man. Like, obviously, if you've never been to a club, I think it's important you go just so you know what it's like. And I think it was important for me to see that, because now I'm even more motivated to stay on my shit, stay on my progression, stay on my monk mode. But at the same time, I still want to, like, go out and see girls and, you know, go on cute dates and stuff. That is, like, one of the things that's kind of important to me right now. It's not like, you know, I'm not going out and having one night stands or, you know, falling in love with girls. No, I'm just, oops, I popped my blister. I'm just, like, wanting to meet new people and practice my social skills and kind of build up the confidence to look a beautiful woman in the eye and not feel intimidated. Yes, I did feel intimidated, but I want to learn how to build that attraction from a beautiful girl. And I think that's important. But I do want to spend time with people that I can enjoy my life with a bit. Because in self-improvement, like, I feel like I've really deprived myself of a lot of this stuff. And not just of, like, I feel like the only socializing activity I got to do for the past 2 years was at the club or at a bar. And I didn't really like it because, first of all, I wasn't drinking, so it was hard. And also the people that I was with, they weren't, like, the coolest people. But then again, it's hard to socialize with other people on self-improvement because, for me at least, a lot of the guys are so masculine and focused on their goals. And they're, like, really vicious about it. To the point where some of them seem a bit like robots. And I don't want to be a robot, you know? I mean, yeah, there's a time and place to be a robot, but also, like, how do we enjoy life? Is it okay to eat a biscuit once in a while? Is it okay to go to the club? I mean, depends on you. There's definitely a balance to be made with everything like this. Also, it's really hard to connect with people from the club. It's just really hard. Everyone there is just not your person, and they're going to hold you back regardless of what you do. It's weird. I really don't know what I want out of life. Self-improvement has made my life a lot better, but at the same time, I feel very, like, not directionless, but also a bit scared. If I do end up going to uni next year, is this how I'm going to be spending my life? Obviously not. I think I can join, like, all the university societies, which I'm really excited about, because it's like, imagine spending, like, 50 quid for a year's worth of classes in something you enjoy, like water sports or something, instead of, like, £50 per class. I could literally, like, learn how to box at uni. I think that would be really cool. Oh, yes. Oh my god, yes. Just another reason to go to uni, man. But yeah, that's my new life purpose at the moment, is to get into uni and to pursue an art degree, which is not very masculine at all, and it's not going to get me money unless I become, like, a super famous artist. And I'd like to like harness the power of social media for that. Like, I don't want to be famous, but I want to like make enough money so that I can survive and live comfortably doing what I love, which is, you know, talking to you, but also doing art. And those, like, being creative and having a way to express myself is like really important to me now. I think these YouTube videos really help me with that, and I think it's really therapeutic or cathartic or something. It's also good for me because I learn how to talk and be comfortable on camera. Literally, when I was on that date with that girl in the daytime, literally like 5 minutes after I found her, these like media students came up to us and was like, hey, we're gonna like ask you some questions for our media project. Is it okay if we film you? It was pretty funny. They just asked 2 questions about Harry Potter, who said this quote, and then 2 questions about like Avengers, like Endgame or something, which is pretty funny. I got one of the questions correct. He was like, they were like, who said this quote in the Avengers movie? I could do this all day. Steve Rogers, Thanos, or Tony Stark? And I said Steve Rogers for sure. So I knew it. He just sounds like something he would say. That's me being a Marvel nerd back in the day. You know, it's really weird, man. I've really disconnected myself from like all these kind of movies and TV shows and musicians even. Like, I don't really listen to music. Lately I have been listening to music, which is, it makes me really happy, but at the same time I'm like, fuck, like I literally don't have like an obsession the way that most people my age do. Like, there's so many girls on Tinder who are like, oh my god, if you like this certain artist or this certain like musician, please marry me. It's like, bro, that is a fake shared experience. Like, literally, the point of a shared experience is to connect with someone. Like, let's go climb a mountain. That's a good shared experience. But instead, we have movies and TV shows and, you know, celebrity drama and musicians, like all these like fake shared experiences. And it's the same thing like with clubbing. That's a fake shared experience. It's not genuine. It's not going to build you genuine connection. And I think it's probably a good thing that I don't know, that I am the way that I am, but I have a lot to change. I have a lot to work on, and, you know, I'm excited for the future to come. I'm really looking forward to try and get into uni. Like, that's really important to me. And yeah, this video was supposed to be about my story going clubbing, and here I am just like waffling. I'm sorry about that, but sometimes I just need to get things off my chest and just talk about stuff. There might not be any value in this, but like, even with finding my purpose, which is to pursue art and stay creative, I still feel very directionless. But at the same time, that's kind of normal, because this is how life is supposed to be. We're not supposed to, you know, calculate everything, because nothing's gonna go the way that we want it to, and we have to like kind of let go of the outcome and just enjoy the ride. I think that's how life should be. That's kind of what I did yesterday. I let go of the outcome, but I made sure that I didn't have a one-night stand. I don't want that shit. Fuck that. But yeah, if you're lucky enough to have found your purpose, just stick with that. I'm sticking with mine for sure. Art is very important for me, and like, it's good to be on the track that we are on. I don't know. I'm so hungover. I'm gonna end this video. I hope you're doing okay, man. Peace.